and this is our presentation about taboo words.
My name is Tabitha.
My name is Liu Omar.
And I'm Vicky.
And I'm Maulana Ibrahim Rubis.
And we're going to talk about
Taboo
words. We will be talking about the introduction of our topic. The first one is the background. This research deals and investigates the use of taboo words by the characters in the movie of Deadpool 2. We use this theory from both Azzaro and Wardo. The objectives of this presentation is we focus on the types, the functions of taboo words, and the social factors affecting the use of taboo words in the movie of Deadpool 2. So we come with the brief explanation. We have 5 types of taboo words in the journal. The first one is mental. Here we have the example of the dialogue by Wade, the main characters. He said, left, no, stage left, you idiot. Well, I guess we found something you're not better at. Finisher. Wade calls one of his team idiot. Idiot means foolish or stupid. It describes someone's intellectual disabilities, thus attacking someone's mental. The second one is the physical. We have the dialogue example here. It's by Wade. He said he's teamed up with Juggernaut, the Juggernaut. That's like my favorite Marvel character ever. But you should never meet your heroes, because honestly, he's a bit of a and I like a lot of. He's as hard as a rock and causes nothing but problems. The explanation is Wade uses the word. It refers to sexual anatomy as it means a man's genitals. However, in this dialogue, it is used to refer to the character's behavior. To be precise, the Juggernaut's behavior. We have the third one, which is religious types. Wade said, I care about you, because God damn it, I care about you, Russell. What's Juggernaut got that I don't have? Don't you say legs, I know you're gonna say legs. The explanation behind it is Wade uses the word goddamn to show his sincerity. Aesthetica 2016 argues that the word goddamn is usually used in church when the priest explains the condemnation of someone, a condemnation to someone who is not following God's way of life. The fourth one is the scatological. Yeah, scatological. Wade said, so weird. Family was always an F word to me. My pile of shit father took off and bailed. I mean, it's not like I have a lot of strong models to draw off for thought. The examples behind it, the explanation behind it, is the dialogue here shows the use of a scatological term when Wade uses shit, which relates to excretory terms. Now, the word shit is a vulgar or slang word that means feces. Now, the last one is sexual types. Now, this is the most used in the movie. Wade said, fuck your rules, I fight for what's right, and sometimes you gotta fight dirty. The explanation behind it, Wade uses the word fuck, which is categorized as a sexual term. In literally, fuck refers to sexual activity between individuals. However, Wade uses it to declare that he does not care about the rule that Colossus, his friend, made.
Hey! You wanna hear about our findings of taboo words? Let me tell you something about it. Now, according to Azaro, there's 5 types of taboo words. And I'm going to explain each of it to you. The first type is physical. Now, in physical, the taboo words in physical is representing bodily. Every part that could be offensive. For example, our face, ugly, or sizes, fat, stuff like that. Ugly cat. Second one is sexual. Now, this type of taboo word represent private part of body, like dick, or activity that is sexual, like fuck or something. Now, the third one is a mental type. This type represent mental state of something. For example, stupid, idiot, dumb. And of course, it is offensive. Stupid cat. Now, the fourth type, it is scatological. Now, this scatological is a type that represent anything about bodily excess. For example, shit. Anything about shit. That shit, this shit, those shit, piece of shit, that type. Now, for the last one is religious one. Now, this type is where the words are included words that has blasphemy or disrespect towards religion. For example, goddamn, holy shit, Jesus Christ. Well, I guess that's not all of them, but I believe you can give me something. Well, please do tell me, and bye.
Hello guys! So right now I will continue this conversations. Today I'm gonna tell you about a methodology about this research. So this research used 2 types of theory. The first one by Azor theory, classifying the Lutherans using Azor's 2005 taxonomy theory. The researcher began by identifying and categorizing all the taboo words in Deadpool 2 based in the 5 Azor semantic categories: mental terms, physical terms, religious terms, social-scatological terms, and sexual terms. So let's go to the next slide. Now I will tell you about the mental terms. Mental terms were linked to intelligence or mental conditions. Examples: stupid or idiot. These were the least used in the movie 3 occurrence. Next is religious terms. Involve, score, involve sacred or divine reference. Examples: Jesus Christ, hell, and goddamn, found 21 times in the movie. The next one is physical terms. Refers to body parts or physical traits. For the example is like a D word and an AM word. So this is to the second most common 23 occurrence in the movie. Next is scatological, related to human waste. Example is shit, found 17 times. For the next is identifying the function of taboo word using Azor's 2005 function categorizations. Once the taboo words were categorized by the type, the author analyzed why they were used, focusing on two primary functions. Let's go into the next slides. Here is their swearing. Swearing is emotional reactions like anger, frustration, or surprise. In the movie, we have an example like wait say, fuck your rules, to express frustration. So this is the most common function, used 64.9% from the journal. The next is insult. Insult direct at a specific person to harm or belie. Less frequent is 35.82%, where it calls other idiots or shitty Jesus or shiny Jesus, to colossus. The next is analyzing social factor using Wardle 2000 theory. The final step was examining why certain characters use the taboo words by looking at social context. Based on Wardle Sociolinguistic theory, the study focused on two social factors. Okay, so right now I will tell you about social factor by Wardle theory. This is occupational hierarchy. Most characters, especially Deadpool, work in violence like mercenaries, gangsters, or killers. These professions' context encourage use of strong, aggressive language like taboo words. The next is social status. Characters come from lower working class backgrounds, like Wade and Vanessa live in the modest apartment, and friends include a bartender and a taxi driver. Such environments are shown to have a more casual and expressive use of language, including taboo words. So the next one is procedures of the research. The study used frequency counts. Sexual terms appeared 70 times. Its primary goal, statistical measurement, but its interpretation and description of the type and meanings of the words using acknowledgement categories, their function in social interaction, swearing versus insult, the social context that influence language use word sociolinguistic framework. So let's go next. That's all of qualitative research, which focus on number one is understanding meaning and the context, describing social behavior and language use, and use theory to interpret non-numerical data like conversation or movie dialogue. The data were utterance containing taboo words, and the analysis focused on the interpreting language used through sociolinguistic theory. This is used a qualitative approach. Research steps based on the method sections of the article. Number one, data collections. The researcher collected data from the movie script or the Deadpool 2. The script was downloaded from the script.com. The movie was also viewed offline by DVD, of course, to watch context and timing. Number four is the data type, utterance that contain taboo words spoken by characters. The next one is classifying types of taboo words. All taboo words were classified by Azaro in 2005. Semantic categories is metal term, physical terms, religious terms, scatological terms, sexual terms. These steps help identify the kinds of the taboo expression used in the field. The next one is identifying function of taboo words. Each taboo word was analyzed for its function using Azaro 25 categorizations: swearing, expressing emotion or reactions, insult, targeted offensive language. This step helps understand why the characters use taboo language. Analyzing factors. The researcher applied Wardle 2000 theory, sociolinguistic theory, to explore the social influence on the use of the taboo words. Focus on two main factors: occupational hierarchy, or character jobs, or and social status, most lower class background. This step explains how the social background shapes the language behavior.
Okay, next we're going to talk about this question. In this part, we'll explore the pros and cons from some experts who stated in paper and outside the paper. Okay, the first one is cons. The paper used both Azaro's theory from 2005 and Waldorf theory from 2006, which both have different theory, different perspective. The first cons is category. Both theory highlights the semantics and function of taboo words, but the researchers tend to use Azaro's theory in categorizing taboo words instead of Waldorf's theory. On the other hand, Waldorf's theory is used in analyzing social factor of using taboo word. The next is the function. Other theories divide the function of taboo words in two types, which is insulting and swearing, while Waldorf's theory focused on the social function of taboo words. The paper used Azaro theories instead of Waldorf's theory, which is more detailed. And we can jump to the pros here. The first pro is the theory. The choice of using Azaro's theories in categorizing taboo words is right, since Azaro theory is more general and more understandable for commoners than Waldorf's theory, which is more specific for the commoners, since he talked about the social factors. And the next is social factor. Because of Waldorf's theory is more focused on social factor, on sociology, choosing this theory can complete the information in sociolinguistics. The paper puts the social factor that affect the usage of taboo words.